Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Terrence.
What's up?
And special guest, Deacon.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. Nothing special at all going on here. Micah is out this week, unfortunately. But we do have plenty to talk about. And Lightning Round is back, movie and TV. No question of the week this week, but what the fuck is back. It will be the stories that we didn't get a chance to get to last week, and then we have one thing in trailers. So first off, Terrence and I both saw 1917 since the last time we talked to you guys, and you and I like kind of briefly over like chat talk.
Yes.
So what were your overall thoughts on this? Which is, by the way, one of the movies that's up for Best Picture.
It's really good. I'm glad I saw it finally. I think the one shot, nigga, come on. I think the one shot process for this movie, or like the one shot gimmick, really, really works for this movie. Like,
it does.
It wouldn't be as good as it was if it weren't for that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, because it's a really simple story.
Yeah, it's super. They have to get from point A to point B. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Like, these two guys get orders that they're like, look, one of you guys, your brother is in this squadron, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that squadron is getting ready to, their squadron commander, or the general basically of that squadron, has made this calculation that they got the Germans on the run, and the Germans have fallen back on purpose to basically have an ambush of this entire squadron.
Right.
Like, they're more dug in further back. They're like, oh, we're leaving. Don't follow us. We're scared. And they back off so that the British troops will follow them, and then they could kill like 1,600 guys.
Shit.
Right.
So basically, this one guy, there's these two guys, they're friends. They get orders, like the one brother, he's like, look, your brother is in this squadron. He's like, yeah, he is. He's like, cool. And he's alive? He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, we want to keep it that way. I need you two to go all the way, like, I forget the distance. It's like a crazy distance, but it's basically, you have to cross the front lines, basically.
Yeah, I don't know how far, it may have been, I want to say it was like 3 miles or something like that. I don't know.
They had to cross like no man's land. If you watch like Wonder Woman, stuff like that, like they had to literally cross those areas. But they had to get there before the
next day.
Yeah, before the next day, so that they could warn that squadron, so that they wouldn't attack and then eventually be wiped out. Right. So that's it. And the movie just literally starts with them sitting in a tree, like they're kind of asleep or just kind of relaxing. Somebody comes to them and they're like, hey, the general wants to talk to you. And they get up and they just start walking forward towards the camera. And they're just walking forward. And you see them like walking by people getting food and everything. And they just walk into the trenches.
Yeah.
And it's just, and from that moment on, like, it is just basically one continuous shot.
Oh, shit.
And it is
awesome.
Beautifully done. It is beautifully
The
done.
cinematography is amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it wins for cinematography.
It should. It probably should.
Up for cinematography? It has to be.
I don't know, but I'd imagine it.
I don't think it's not going to win Best Picture. It isn't.
I don't think it should.
No, it shouldn't. But cinematography, absolutely, it should, because that, like, the way they did it, like Birdman did it, but that was like in a. It felt
like a play,
right? Yeah. Like this. Like, you're following two soldiers through, like, war. Essentially, there's some sequences where it's just all out, just...
It's up for cinematography.
Yeah, it's got to win. I think it kind of has to.
I mean, the only other thing I could see, and I have not seen it yet, but the only other one...
Design?
What's that?
What were you about to say?
I was going to say the Lighthouse. Because everyone says the cinematography of that is pretty intense as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, the other one is The Irishman, Joker, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Irishman? What the fuck?
The cinematography for Joker is good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's not beating 19.
Yeah, it's not beating this. But there are moments again, it is a simple story. That's all they have to do.
Right.
And it's just like they run into scenarios that kind of stop them on their way. They end up in like, because the Germans have retreated. So there's like, they make it onto the German side, and you get to actually kind of visually compare how the Americans are set, or the Brits are set up, and how the Germans are. Like, the German side is really nice with like, kind of stone and full reinforced walls and shit.
Bunkers that are like have like bunk beds and all kinds of shit in there. There's one scene in there I was literally blown away.
Yeah, that scene's nuts.
I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on in this movie? This is insane.
And it's just like moment after moment. And because it's single shot and because it's a war zone, it makes the movie way more intense, right? Because you're just like, fuck. So you're never going to break. You're really never going to break.
Something you should see like in the theater before it.
I would highly recommend seeing it in the theater.
Okay.
Right? So, or if you have like a large projection screen, whatever.
Large television.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, however you see it. But it is, it's a visually very impressive movie. Yeah. I have to say.
And I'll give the actors credit. They knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yeah. Those two guys were great.
Those two guys were really good.
Yeah.
Like, they went through fucking hell.
They did. They did.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I mean, there are some moments, like, you can't help but compare it to what I think is probably one of the better, like, intense war films, which is Saving Private Ryan.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Like, not as violent.
No.
Saving Private Ryan is a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, that opening.
Yeah, the DBA scene is like, brutal. It's just absolutely nuts.
I'm good on war.
Like, Steven Spielberg was like,
yo, I'm good on war.
Crank this up to 45.
Yeah. It's like, you could slow down. Because even in 1917, they do a lot of, like, implied violence. Like, there are violent things that happen to them as they're trying to go there. Like, obviously, they're in war. But, like, you'll see them, like, crawling past barbed wire, and they'll show, as they're passing, somebody who's died and gotten caught in it, right? Or, like, got caught in it and then died. Like, they don't need to show a close-up of his face being, like, razored up and stuff. Like, he's just in there, and you're just like, all right, I can understand the horror of it.
There's one scene, I'm like, that is absolutely disgusting. Like, he cuts it, like, this is not a spoiler, but he cuts his hand on barbed wire, but then something else happens. I'm like, you
son of a bitch. Yeah.
I gotta see this.
You have a disease now.
Yeah, just lose the hand.
Like 1917.
Yeah.
I don't think they have anything to cure that.
Yeah, I was like, that's really gross. Yeah. I had a real problem with that. Yeah, I did. But it was good. It's a damn good movie. Everything you've heard about people saying like this is one of the best movies of the year is 100% correct.
It's great. It's really good.
Yeah. It's definitely worth your time.
Don't think it's going to win Best Picture, but it's worth seeing.
Is it hot here?
I don't know. I'm fine.
Okay.
No, you good. So I also saw The Gentleman, which is the new Guy Ritchie movie. That review will be up by the time you guys are listening. I'll just quickly say it's really, really good. Like, it's really good. It's up there with Snatch, in my opinion. So, and I have not felt that way about every Guy Ritchie movie since.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Snatch.
Yeah. Like, if you like Snatch, you will like The Gentleman. 100%. All right, let's jump right into the lightning round. But before Terrence starts, make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. Use that link whenever you want to buy anything. Like, if you want to buy like a wig, let's say. You could probably buy a cheap wig on Amazon. And we get a little bit of a kickback. You don't pay anything extra, but you will look like a fucking moron if you're wearing one.
Or maybe you like casting Tyler Perry movie one day.
Yeah.
Well, you don't need to wear a wig because that's his MO.
I'm telling you, that's his John Woo Dubs. It is.
I tell you this much: if I ever get cast in the Tyler Perry movie, I'm not wearing a wig. I'm wearing my natural hair.
Yeah, like today.
Yeah.
Is that a Arburn?
No, it's more like a sandy dirt.
So you have to watch the video. If you're just listening, you have to watch the video. All right, Terrence, lightning round.
First up. First of all, fuck you.
Oh, you saw that comment.
I saw your comment. I ain't even bothered to respond. So Amazon Studios is planning on developing a TV series based on James Patterson's Alex Cross, which happens to be my mother's favorite book series.
Are they bringing Tyler back?
If they do, automatic fail for me. That was one of the worst fucking movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and he didn't even direct that one.
No, but you saw this.
I did.
Yeah. And as I recall,
Fox was in that movie playing an MMA fighter.
Yeah, he was fucking shredded. He was crazy in shape.
He was in shape. Yeah, that movie's garbage. The one with Tyler Perry. Like the other ones with like a long came a spider and all that shit.
Yeah.
Kiss the Girl.
Kiss the Girls.
Kiss the
yeah.
Girls.
Those two movies are good.
Those were great.
I would argue Kiss the Girls is far better than Along Came the Spider, but Kiss the Girls was great.
Yeah, those are fine. Look, who's going to be playing Alex Cross?
Not Tyler Perry, I would
No,
imagine.
I couldn't. No, he's got his hands full with the 37 scripts he's written.
Do they say they have somebody in mind yet, or
No, I don't think so.
Just it's in
so? Do you
development.
think they're gonna go with a relatively unknown or somebody on the up and coming upswing right now?
Okay. If I had to take a guess, just looking at how Amazon has been working with Jack Ryan, I would guess that they probably will find somebody who we all know, but might be kind of breaking in, right?
Right.
I don't know who that would be, to be honest. I don't want them to go too young. I feel like you need somebody because they
lived a little bit of life.
No, Alex Cross needs to be in his 40s at least.
At least, I don't want some 20-year-old Alex Cross. I want somebody who's established. Frankly, I don't even mind somebody like Morgan Freeman's age when he did these movies, like an older guy. I'm kind of okay with that. My only question is Amazon only greenlighting shows with full dudes' names as titles?
Jack Ryan,
Look,
Alex Cross,
we got it going.
and Jack Reacher.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Jack Reacher coming too?
Yeah.
They're doing this. But all jokes aside, I mean that's funny, right? That's hilarious. But they're picking really good book series to adapt to TV shows that are really popular. And if that's their new thing, I'm fine with it because this is good adult television. Right,
and a lot of those books are built for long formats, so yeah, it kind of works out.
Right, the Jack Reacher books, there's a number of them, so you've already got a ton of stories built in, and then you can kind of do your own thing, eventually if you want to. Yeah. The Jack Ryan story, he wrote 4,000 of those fucking books. I'm pretty sure his son is writing them now. Yeah, so there's plenty of those, and then the James Patterson books. I don't know how many he's written, but I know it ain't 3.
There's plenty.
Yeah, there's quite a few. So, and it also takes place in the Baltimore, D.C. area, which is kind of cool. Right.
That was about to start Jack Ryan today. Before I came outside, I was like, I had to wait. I want to start getting into it, and the fucking guy leaves. So yeah.
So wait, had you not seen the first season either?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're in for it then. I'm trying to see how many books, how many Alex Cross books there are, but there seems to be quite a few of them. He's got 27.
Yeah,
he's got 27.
Yeah, it's a little deep. It's a lot of source material.
Yeah, he's got a lot. I mean, and the latest one was literally written last year. So yeah, they've got plenty, and he's been writing them. It looks like since '93. Along Came a Spider was the first one, and then Kiss the Girls was the second one. So yeah, I don't know. I look at it like this: each season is a book.
Yeah.
You got 27 seasons, dude.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's fine by me. And I like those movies. I like a good murder mystery kind of show, and it's not overly cop oriented. It's just kind of one guy or a detective kind of thing. I'm fine with that. So yeah, I look forward to this.
Hope they get a good actor.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah,
they got the money.
Yeah, so does Tyler. Whatever.
Got a real vendetta out for that guy.
Seth Rogen and David Sandberg working on Fear Agent adaptation on Amazon. I don't know what Fear Agent is.
So this is a comic. This is a Dark Horse comic. I never read Fear Agent.
So it's gonna be violent.
Here's my thing. I don't know if I trust them to do it because they ruined Preacher. They ruined it.
It was that bad. I never got around to watching it.
They didn't do The Boys, did they?
Yeah.
All right.
They did do The Boys.
I thought they didn't do The Boys. Okay.
No,
I stand corrected then. But they ruined Preacher. They fucking ruined it, which is a real shame.
Was it that bad?
The problem
Did you see the second season? They had a second season.
They did.
I also didn't get around to watching it. Yeah, it just I missed that one.
So the problem with Preacher, the show, was that they did everything out of order. Like they just did it out of order. I didn't have a problem with the casting necessarily, but they just did it. They just did it out of order. No, they did not. No, they didn't do this.
Do what?
The Boys.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I thought Seth Rogen did it.
No,
Yeah,
developed
Seth
by
Rogen.
Eric Kripke for Amazon.
Seth has some kind of hand in it. I'm
He
looking
did
at
something with it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought that maybe he was. Oh, he was an executive producer.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, him and Evan Goldberg were executive producers, but that's it. Like they didn't do any writing or anything like that on it. Thank fuck God. Because I think The Boys was far better because like I feel like they were too close to the material. Like they were uber fans of Preacher and they were just like they wanted to get to all the like really juicy shit, but like yeah, but Preacher, I mean it's not that much of a slow burn, but it builds over time. Like it builds over time. You can't like in the first episode they showed like the plane scene. Yo, that's like way on the latter half of that series. Like he literally falls out of a plane, like he kind of in a fight, like falls out of a plane, he like loses his eye and shit like that. Like that's a major part of the book. You can't do that in the first episode or the first season. Like they reveal things like the meat company and all that stuff. All that stuff was like in the first season. Like those things happen way, way later. So yeah, I just felt like they really wrecked that. So yeah, no thank you. So I don't know about Fear Agent. I never read Fear Agent, so I don't have an opinion on that.
Yeah,
but I'm a little shaky on them adapting anything, directly adapting it. But look, maybe they're doing like they did with The Boys, like they're kind of pushing the idea, get it produced, and then they let somebody else do it. If that's what they're doing, cool.
Let me see. So Fear Agent came out in 2005 through Image Comics. However, it eventually switched to Dark Horse. The comic is centered around Heath Houston, a hardworking and reluctant hero and a member of the Fear Agents. For 6 years, Reminder Moore and Jerome Apina chronicle Heath's dark sci-fi adventures across the universe. Yeah, it's pretty...
Yeah, it's not really telling you much.
Yeah, I ain't telling you shit.
Okay. I mean...
Yeah, read the article if you want more. But
yeah, look, again, they're doing it for Amazon. If Jack Ryan, probably Jack Reacher, and Alex Cross and The Boys gives you any indication of the quality of the shit that they're doing,
it should be
they're
okay.
hitting, man. Like they really are. Like Quiet as It's Kept, Amazon has been like consistently with great shows. Like, you know, The Marvelous Miss Maisel and stuff like that. Like consistently Fleabag, although I think they kind of bought the rights to that. They didn't develop
that was out for like a year, right?
Yeah, it came out like 2016, I think. So like, but they're consistently on the ball with their series. The thing they need to do to really crack like the mainstream, so everybody knows, they need a better app. They need a better app. Their site sucks for like television. They just have Amazon Amazon Prime, like the website, and then it's just that.
Yeah, have it separate.
Yeah, but I understand why they don't do it, because they want you to already be on Amazon. So you're like, ooh, The Boys, and then you go and you buy The Boys comic.
Buy some socks and shit.
Right, exactly. So I understand why they do it, but they need to do a better interface. It's just bad. All right,
next up, Rosario Dawson is going to headline DMZ adaptation for HBO Max.
So this is another comic.
Huh. Wow.
So this is
familiar.
This is a Brian K. Wood, a Brian Wood book. Basically, she plays a fierce medic who goes on a harrowing journey of saving lives while desperately searching for her lost son. So I never read DMZ, but I think it's sort of like a military, because Brian Wood does a lot of stuff, like very military oriented things. He's a hell of a writer. I've read a number of things by him in the past. So his books tend to be very realistic and very grounded. So and I know a lot of people have read DMZ and really enjoy it. So I'd put this sort of in the back of your head that this probably will be pretty great.
David Averne is producing it.
So there you go.
So that's good.
She's one of the good black directors.
Yes. Like if we made a list of black directors, like
a shitload.
There's a lot of them.
Tyler Perry would be at the bottom. He would be at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Amazing. Next
That's
up.
just fact. Michelle Yeoh is rumored to join Shang-Chi look. Okay.
Right.
Like, just get every Asian actor you can possibly get.
Look, Michelle Yeoh is one of those names, man. Like, she's gonna put butts in the seats.
Yeah, if you can get her, you're doing some good things right there.
Yeah. I mean, look, this movie is already going to do crazy numbers. It's going to do crazy numbers. But to have somebody of her caliber in this is I mean, hopefully they pull it off and get her. I can't imagine she won't. The funny thing is she was in the MCU already. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. At Yondo's funeral, she played a character, like, didn't have any lines or anything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, probably not going to play the same character. But, like, it's not a character that mattered, right? So they're just like, fuck it, whatever. I mean, Alfre Woodard played 2 different characters in the MCU, so...
Yeah, she did. She was in...
Civil War?
Civil War.
The mother.
And she was in... she played Black...
Luke Cage.
Yeah, she was in Luke Cage.
She was a fucking villain. So, yeah, she was a major character. Actually, she was great in the second season.
Yeah.
She really was. So, yeah, I'm more than okay with this.
Next up, Oscar Isaac to star in produced Brian K. Vaughan adaptation of The Great Machine.
Have you guys ever read this? Well, I know you haven't. Have you ever read The Great Machine?
It sounds to me. I'm getting it confused with something else.
So it wasn't called The Great Machine originally. It was called Ex Machina.
That's what I was thinking it was. Okay, so that is it. All right.
Which is weird because this would be the second movie called Ex Machina. Yes.
Yeah. When I heard the premise, like a mayor, like ex superhero that's a mayor, I'm like, I know that premise.
Yeah.
But the title was throwing me off. But okay,
Yeah. So the premise, Ex Machina is a good book. I don't think it's Brian K. Vaughan's strongest stuff, but I read it after I read Why the Last Man. But he plays this. He was a superhero named the Great Machine who ended up saving New York during 9/11, right? Which there is no way they reference 9/11 in this adaptation. I would be highly shocked if they did. I'm sure they'll change it into something else, but. He then it gets revealed that he, who he is, and then he becomes the mayor. And so it's kind of this quest of him, like, figuring out where he got his powers and stuff like that. And, there's, bad guys and whatever. But it's a good book. It's a very good book. So I should probably reread it. It's been 15 years since I've read it. But, yeah, I did dig it. And I like the sort of political aspects of it, too. Because I'm a political nerd. But yeah, Brian K. Vaughan is a very good writer as well. Yeah. And if you haven't read Why the Last Man, you should.
Ampersand.
And last up, because of course, Bad Boys 4 is officially in the works.
So it did really well.
That was coming.
Bad Boys 3 did gangbusters.
Yeah, it did.
So you wasted that damn perfect title on the third movie.
Yeah, you kind of did.
You wasted that perfect ass title on the fucking third movie. God damn it.
Yeah, you should have really made sure that was the last one.
Like, we're done.
Like, oh shit, this is doing really well.
Like, Bad Boys for the next few months until the next movie. Yeah, I don't know how do you go to what's the fourth movie? Still for Life?
Yeah, you fucked all the way up.
Yeah, you kind of ruined. Like,
because the 4 is right there.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh yeah, damn, it is.
It's begging to be used.
Morons.
Wow, yeah, you're right. That is. I just thought like because
For Life.
Because I thought like when you said that, like I'm thinking Bad Boys for Life because that just sounds definitive, right?
Yeah,
it also sounds definitive.
It's the 4, yeah.
But you're right. The 4 is there. Yeah, you can't be clever.
Yeah,
maybe they can take the name back like before the theatrical run's over.
Just Bad Boys 3. Like it was really funny. Somebody's like, "Please don't make Bad Boys for like the Fast and the Furious franchise." I was like, "But isn't it already?" Like,
yeah, really.
Did you see Bad Boys 2? I haven't seen the third one, but if it's anything like the second one, it's already. They don't give a fuck about physics and shit. Man. Like, they were driving down the.
It took them one movie to get to where fucking 8 is.
Right. They were driving a truck where they were throwing cars off of it with like crazy Jamaicans.
Through favelas.
That's my favorite scene.
Oh no, that was on the highway scene.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene in that goddamn movie. Yo, he be tearing that goddamn Ferrari up on that bitch.
Oh yeah,
He putting in work. I mean, probably a stunt driver, some CGI, but that shit.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that one shot bitch like right around the damn corner, like boom, like oh.
No, look. I don't think Bad Boys 2 is very good. I am on record for saying that.
You like
but
Tapia?
Yeah, there's so many Michael Bay-isms in that movie.
Bitches.
just fucking terrible. But there are some great action sequences in that. But I still think one of the better like driving moments in that franchise, and again I haven't seen the third one yet, but one of the great driving moments in that franchise is in the first one where they're trying to make it to the like to the end. Right before it closes. Yeah. That's just it's an intense scene. It's great. It's well shot, and they're yelling at each other, and it cuts back to them like just barely making it, and it's so good.
You got to write the main silent. You think you say, man, what you doing? Getting it out the way.
Oh my God. I fucking love that goddamn movie. Yeah.
Yo, Bad Boys 1 is a solid ass action movie.
Wait. Back when we didn't mind the Michael Bay-isms, I was like, yo, that's a badass shot. Movie. Yeah, like the upshot, like
they get up and the fucking
I mean, you gotta respect that.
That's dope.
You gotta respect.
Now it's like, all right, motherfucker.
And he put it in every one of his movies.
Yeah, it's like, all right, then cool.
All right, nigga, like, relax.
Yeah, like you gotta respect it. Like Bad Boys 1 is good. There are moments in Bad Boys 2 that are just like pure gold too. But Bad Boys 2 gets out of goddamn control real fast. Like, yo, did you just have to wreck all these poor people's houses with this fucking H2? No. Just like everybody goes.
Blondie Dread.
Yeah, that movie was
that sequence in the house was kind of dope.
Yeah.
Like
with the rotating camera, yeah.
Shooting through the walls and shit.
There's some solid action sequences.
Look. Michael Bay is a bonkers director, but he knows how to shoot fucking action.
Yo, like I said in my post, I think you saw last week I watched Six Underground. I was like, yo, Michael Bay is like watching a basketball player with all the fucking skills in the world and talent and no goddamn control. That's
basically true.
Like, all the fucking talent in the world. Do you do some dope shit?
Right.
Like,
if he just calm down, just calm down. Yeah, look, I finished watching Six Underground. Yeah, just do a layup. He's like, nah, I gotta do a windmill dunk. Like, yo, it's a free throw. Like, it's relaxed.
Hey, this bitch off my knee.
Like, I can bounce that bitch off my knee, jump over 3 cows. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with
you? Like, yo, it's a chest pass.
Like, that's all you had to do. But it is really funny because I did finish Six Underground recently, and I was just like, yeah, this movie is absolutely insane. I had such a good time watching it, though. Like, I just did. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, shit.
Like, it's like I feel like Michael Bay is perfect for Netflix. Like, it's perfect. Great. I've already spent my money. Let me just sit down and watch it. It's dumb as shit. It's fine.
Like, yeah, why are the flowers exploding? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
It was him on 17. Like, he was like, do whatever the fuck you want.
And I'm pretty sure they already... Okay. I'm pretty sure they said that they're doing a sequel to that because, of course...
Why not?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Not? Me too. Like, again, that shit was ridiculous, but I had all the fun in the world watching it. Like... I like the middle part dragged because they were trying to tell a story.
I'm like, fuck the story, man.
Fuck the story, dog. Like, I want to get back to cars exploding for no reason.
Or just running over people. Yo, the last part where the fucking dictator's like, these are not my people. Yeah, and just started driving over people. Boom. I was like, come on, man.
Like I always said, though, just with a little bit of control, or maybe somebody overseeing him and definitely not let him do the writing. If anybody had to shoot a G.I. Joe movie, he would have been perfect. That motherfucker loves the military.
He should have been the guy to do that and not Transformers.
Right.
100%.
But you had to keep that motherfucker like, look, this your box. Don't do shit else.
Yeah. I mean, that's why Six Underground is so much fun, because it's basically just a military movie. Right? They just wear regular clothes. And he just gets to be ridiculous. So, yeah, look, give Michael Bay his $100 million and let him go to work. He's going to make you money.
Let him shoot the next Medea.
Just with guns and magnets. Movie and TV news this week. The cast has been fully announced for the MODOK cartoon that's going to be on Hulu.
This is interesting.
Look, this is a solid cast. Patton Oswalt will be playing MODOK. If you don't know who MODOK is,
such a weird, obscure ass
character.
Marvel character, yeah.
Yeah, mental organism designed only for killing.
Subtle.
Yeah. Amy Garcia as Jody. Jody is MODOK's wife and the mother of his children, and has a late in life awakening, excited to pursue her mommy blog turned lifestyle brand empire and discover who she is as an independent woman in her 40s. There are just too many things to do in the world and not enough time to waste being held back by negativity. And unfortunately for MODOK, the thing weighing her down the most is him. I hope I hope that all of his, like the wife and the kids, all look normal and that he looks like fucking MODOK. Like, I hope they play it totally like that. Ben Schwartz, who's hilarious, plays Lou. To be honest, MODOK doesn't really get his 12-year-old son, Lou. Of course, he's his son. Not athletic enough to be a jock, not smart enough to be a nerd. Lou is, well, Lou, a kid who clearly marches to a beat of his own drum. Lou's lack of friends, ambition, and hygiene is a constant worry for MODOK, who often projects his own insecurities onto his overly confident son. Melissa Fumero as Melissa. If you don't know who she is, she's one of the cops from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's well, not his partner, but like the one that he's always constantly flirting with.
Yeah.
Like, well, they don't like each other, quote unquote,
but they totally do.
Yeah.
Even with her father's features. Oh, that's funny. So maybe they will all look like MODOK. 17-year-old Melissa has risen the ranks to become the Heathers-like queen bee of her school and star in the world of teen figure skating. Every popular kid either wants to date her or avoid her terrifying wrath. But for all of her success, Melissa secretly yearns for her father's approval. Okay, so she's the Meg.
Right.
Shut up, Meg.
And then Wendy McClendon Covey as Monica Rappaccini. Wow, what's up, nipples? Monica is a brilliant mad scientist at AIM and MODOK's rival at work. Excellent. Clearly more competent and qualified than MODOK. Monica believes that she should be running the organization. And then Beck Bennett, who plays Vladimir Putin on SNL. He's funny. Yeah. After MODOK's evil organization AIM is run into the ground, he's forced to sell it to a Silicon Valley tech giant, Grumble. Grumble sends slick 20-something Austin as a post-merger integration consultant and MODOK's new boss. Oh, well, that'll be
this
fucking
is going to be fucking ridiculous, man.
And then John Daly as Super Adaptoid.
Wow.
A snarky android and ambitious to live, feel, and create, but is instead forced to spend his days massaging the hoverchair sores of his creator MODOK's scalp. And then Sam Richardson, who was on Veep, who was very fucking funny. He's playing a character named Gary. Gary is a henchman or beekeeper at AIM who is fiercely loyal to his boss MODOK, even if MODOK struggles to remember his name. So... yeah, this is all like a really good cast.
This is animated, right?
Yes, it's animated.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually really look forward to this because I think this could actually be really quite funny. And just Patton Oswalt as MODOK is fucking perfect. Yeah. That's pretty perfect. Because he does good voice work and stuff like that.
That's a deep random cut to do this. Even to go with to do a concept with this MODOK.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, they're doing MODOK, Hitmonkey, Dazzler and Tigra and
wait, Dazzler and Tigra together or just Dazzler and Tigra?
No, Dazzler and Tigra together.
Why the fuck are they together?
I don't know.
That's weird. I love Dazzler though.
And then they're doing Howard the Duck as well. And so then they're doing a team up like the Avengers called the
Great Lakes Avengers?
No, it's something like the I forget what the
yeah, it was a thing. Like, all right, so you had the original Avengers. Yeah. Of course, New York based. At one point, they spun off into the West Coast Avengers. There was Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Tigra, Wonder Man,
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was on that team too?
No. Nope, never mind. But he's in San Francisco.
Okay, he may have been on there at one point. It might have been somebody else. I can't remember. But then he came up with a third team called the Great Lakes Avengers.
Yep.
But it was more or less kind of like a it was more of like a spoof type of comic. A lot of comedy, kind of off the wall type bonky shit. Okay.
Yeah, I think I want to say it's like the it's not the Revengers, but they're making fun of it.
Right.
They're building a team, and it's like, you know, something sort of making fun of how like lame these guys are.
It's pretty good.
But yeah, they'll be doing that as well.
It's almost as good as that Colt 45 I brought that time.
I bet it isn't.
Was it the Colt 45 I brought? I think it was something else.
It might have been Saint-Ides or some other
Old English.
It was Old English.
That's what it was.
That was not good.
It's in the same vein. Old English, Samuel Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
You know, knickers and fucking wigs.
Yeah. Well,
Knickers and wigs.
can you not use that kind of language
Yeah.
on our show? I appreciate it. It's just rude. Next up, Bad Robot may develop film and TV projects based on Justice League Dark. It's kind of interesting. J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot production company entered into a multi-million-dollar deal with Warner Media, and one of their first projects is reportedly to develop a film and TV projects based on Justice League Dark. If you don't know, Justice League Dark is sort of their mysticism and magic kind of team. John Constantine, Deadman, Zatanna, Madame Xanadu, Shade, Changing Man. So Etrigan the Demon has also been on that show.
I do not know why, but I love fucking Etrigan the Demon.
Because he rhymes when he talks?
Maybe it is rhyming couplets like fucking bullhorn and shit. Yo, I don't know what it is. I love Etrigan the Demon, man.
He's a good character. I look forward to seeing what they do. I feel like Justice League Dark could get a movie. Like I don't think it's that crazy to do. I know Guillermo del Toro wanted to do it a long time ago, and he offered to do it, and they were just like, no.
Because we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
And then it's like, then he just went ahead and did his movie that won him Best Picture, and he was just like, okay, have fun.
God damn, man.
Stupid. So, yeah.
I think, though.
They should have gave Del Toro the fucking Dark Universe, and they didn't. They didn't. So he just went and made his own fucking movie.
But I wonder, though, I wonder how much the name Justice League may possibly impact this project as far as getting people to come out and actually see it.
After seeing that trailer.
Because like it kind of has that stink on it. So I don't know, will they maybe change it? That's gonna be live action.
No, they're talking live action.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're going to maybe change it.
Good
or
luck.
would he just say, hey, Justice League Dark? It's not like
TV or movies are saying. It might be both.
Television.
I mean, maybe they do HBO Max.
First. No, you can't just pull a Justice League Dark movie out just out of the blue.
Yeah, especially when you haven't built up a certain amount of confidence with.
Yeah, it is kind. It is kind of funny because Warner has had a number of hits in a row now.
Yeah, so they
with what?
But still, the Justice League thing is still
Shazam was. critically
Wonder Woman,
Shazam, and
Joker.
I guess Aquaman.
And Aquaman,
yeah. I mean, Joker. Does that count?
Yeah. I think it counts for some people. I don't really count it because it's not. It's not in the general part of the DCU. But I think the biggest reason that people still won't really give them credit is because none of it's connected.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the Harley Quinn movie comes out next month, in just
a couple of weeks.
Yeah. That comes out, but it's not... Is it connected? Like, we don't know, right?
I think at this point they're kind of hedging their bets. They're playing that 1 foot in, 1 foot out type shit,
right? Which is
because they haven't decided.
Because they're doing a Suicide Squad remake,
right? And I don't think they've decided.
Reboot,
I don't think they decided whether or not they want to give up on the shared universe yet. Because on one end you have Aquaman mentions the shared universe one time in the movie. Do you have the Joker? Not a part of it. Wonder Woman. First you had World War I. That show has 1984. But then you have Shazam.
Yeah, Superman.
Yeah, Superman, and they had like little drawings at the end of the credits.
And everybody's connected.
So it's like they're kind of trying to, all right, let's see if we pull this together? Do people like, well, fuck, we're doing? If not, we're gonna just cut our losses.
Right, but this is why you can't build momentum. Yeah. If you just the thing is, and I know people say, well, you can really look at the first phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as like a playbook, but what you actually should look at is the latter phases, right? Because it's connected, but they're not like this thing is going to happen in another movie where Iron Man 2 felt like that, right? Which is a part of the first phase. They learned to just weave little things in between, but you were like, all right, I see it. But it wasn't like all in your face. Just do that. Right. Because if you do that, then it's enough connective tissue that if it's working, you just go forward. If it's not working, just cut your losses and just move away. But when they're like you said, they got this 1 foot in, 1 foot out sort of scenario. which doesn't allow people to go, yeah, that was good. And like, because they will see it as like, that was good, that, like the things right next to each other. But because it's so disjointed, people aren't connecting the fact, they're connecting the dots that, let's say Harley Quinn is really good. I think it actually looks, that second trailer, I thought it looked pretty good. Let's say that's a fucking hit, and I think it is going to be a hit. If that's a hit, are people really going to think about it as being connected into that universe, into the larger universe? I don't think so.
Yeah. And then that's also probably part of the reason why they haven't pulled the trigger yet, as far as we know, as far as what they're going to do with Henry Cavill and Superman role.
I think that's true too.
Yeah, so.
Like, y'all better do something, because The Witcher was fucking hitting.
Yeah.
You fuck around and he gonna be like,
I'm busy.
He's like, yo.
Niggas is tossing mad coins to their Witcher, nigga.
Yeah, like, yo, I'm getting a lot of coins.
That's your Witcher.
I was so happy when someone found like the original song on Spotify. I was like, yes. It's a good ass song.
Yeah, dude was crooning like, yo.
Yeah. The Bard is one of my favorite characters.
Like, going on? So I was like, what? Like when I first heard it, I'm like,
but I like that they made that the theme of the show, which is great. I was like, yo, this is a solid ass theme. Like, also themes need to come back of like people singing the themes, because that was just like a classic shit in like
that's
the
a
80s.
good show, man. That's a good show.
Yeah, I will say
it's funny on the low too. Like, a lot of good comedy beats where it's not like it never takes you out of the situation. So yeah.
Well, once the Bard showed up in their dynamic, that's to me that's where the show was like, oh, that's all right. And then it was like, okay, this is working, because Geralt is so fucking cold.
He's just like he's like no feeling.
Right. That's his
how he
point.
was fucking like designed.
Right. But when he fucking
like from the game character, he clearly took his inspiration from the games.
Yeah.
Because he nails it.
Yeah.
Like it's I'm like, okay. Like if they wanted to do, if they couldn't get the guy back to do the games,
right,
he would fucking let him go.
Yeah. He'd probably do it. He's a big fucking nerd.
He's like, I love the games.
And hello, Yennefer.
Yeah. Yeah, when she lost that humpback, I was like,
yo,
hey.
I'm sitting there watching like, oh man, she's so sweet. They just treat her wrong. She's trying her best to lift a rock. That poor kid. Oh.
Like,
transformation.
Things have changed. Yeah, she changed too. She was like, nah, fuck all this. I want all the power now. It was like, I'm fine. Got my titties out. Whatever.
Purple eyes should be real.
Yeah. No, she's a good character, and she looked great.
I was actually more into her story. Mm-hmm. Not because of what she looked, but like I was actually
her story was really good.
Story than Garth's.
Actually, that whole clique was kind of, that story was kind of wild. How they all kind of just, well, it was only one that kind of splintered off as far as like, I guess the mages, like the trainees. Like, oh wow, like this black one, like, yo,
yeah, she wasn't fucking around.
Like, damn, sis.
Yeah, she wasn't messing around. But I did like I have one more episode left of The Witcher. But
oh yeah, good.
One of the things, and I don't really care if it gets spoiled for me. That's fine. But the thing that I hope in the second season is that they don't do the time.
Yeah, that shit fucked me
the timeline.
First like 4 episodes.
I was like, yo, what is going on? Who the fuck? Who is that?
Well, you know what? I was good.
Why do I care about this little blonde girl? And you're like, oh,
yeah. One, it was too many blonde chicks running around. Like, I'm getting confused.
I don't know which one is which.
And then I was doing good at the time.
All y'all look alike.
I was doing good at the time for a minute until I got to episode like 7. No, like 6, 5 or 6. Like, wait, what the fuck?
No, that's when it started making sense, because then that's when it became like all like present day.
Maybe it was one of them did like a flashback. It threw me the fuck off. I'm like, yo, wait, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, like
all right,
I'm just hoping, like if they give second season totally straight, like one timeline, I think it'll do. I mean, it's ironic that I'm going to say this. Like, I think it'll do better, although it was like one of the biggest shows of the year. But I think it'll just be easier for people to get into.
It'll be easier to follow. I think the second season will be way easier to follow, because he's like, well, they finally meet,
right?
And because she plays a big part from here on out,
right?
Because she's super powerful,
right?
Clearly, so
yeah. So I thought The Witcher was very good so far.
Hey, real quick, I know this is not on the docket. Have you guys seen the pictures of the U.S. agent?
Yes. Yeah.
For the Falcon and Winter Soldier show.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. No, I think he looks good. Fucking MAGA cap.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I hope he's a prick. I hope they make him into a
John Walker is a motherfucker.
He's a son of a bitch, dude.
He's a piece of shit.
No, the guy playing him is the guy from Overlord.
Which I still need to see that movie.
Wait, Overlord?
That was the
Nazi zombies.
Yeah, I didn't
movie.
see that.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu. I want to see it. It's on my
I
list
might
of
watch
things
it
to
this
see.
weekend. Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to check that out. I was like, oh, that was... When I saw it pop up, I was like, all right, mental note. Like, I really wanted to watch it. Because apparently it's really violent.
Yeah, I wanted
Wow,
to see it
shit.
when it came out.
The suit looks good though.
The suit looks very good. I mean, it looks like the next obvious iteration of, like, Cap's suit.
Especially under the government supervision and shit. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And it's got just enough little differences or you're like, oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, it looks good. He looks like a fucking dork in that helmet. But I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah, I always loved his black costume though. That black costume was the shit.
Yeah, it looks good.
But it's funny. I remember. It was actually when I was reading comic books as a kid, I first started reading Captain America. It was during that transition phase.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, USA. Well, he was still called Captain America. John Walker. He was still wearing the classic Cap uniform, and Cap was actually wearing the black and red joint.
Oh, okay.
He had all black, all red. He had a shield that Tony Stark made for him. That had it was just regular chrome.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they went back and forth. And so him and John Walker was going back and forth until Cap finally reassumed his mantle, and then John went to the black costume. But yeah, he's had a wild ass ride.
Yeah, John's a fucking dick, and I hope they beat the bricks off of him at one point.
Get that shield back there.
Yeah, nah, fuck all that. That guy sucks. Next up, Patrick Stewart has met with Kevin Feige about joining the MCU.
Look here,
speculation.
Of course.
So, okay, what do you guys think this is? And then I'll give what I think.
You want to go first?
I don't know. Professor Xavier. I don't know.
He's
Who else would he be?
Yeah, I mean, typically
Like, for real.
in this situation,
Put him in a good.
with the fallout from Fox and everything, certain times you want to move forward with a new selection for a role, new cast.
Sure.
Every so often, you had those special situations where,
Like-
honestly, I don't fucking mind if you just transfer that shit over. They did the shit with, well, they kind of did it. I don't know what they're going to do now, but they kind of did it with, what's J.K. Simmons and J. Jonah Jameson. If he's meeting with him for possibly meeting Professor X, I'm good with that. I don't think he's doing it, though. That's too obvious. Kevin Feige has not, he doesn't strike me as the type that does what people kind of expect him to do at this point.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Some people are like, oh, I'll bring him back as Professor X. And I understand that sentiment because he's a great Professor X, right? Much better, in my opinion, than James McAvoy was. The problem is you can't bring him back without bringing Ian McKellen back.
Holy shit.
And, like, it's one thing to have an old guy in a chair. It's another thing to have an old guy playing Magneto at this point. Like, Magneto can be, I know this is going to sound weird to some people, but he's still kind of a physical character, right? Like, Patrick Stewart's just going to be like that's all I got to do is, like, touch his forehead and just, like, move on. Like, yeah, I got you. Hold on a second. Right, like, it's just going to look weird to have Ian McKellen, who is a very old guy at this point.
I thought about that. No, I would rather have the opposite be transferred over. McAvoy and goddamn Fassbender.
I don't want either one.
I would love for it to happen, but I know it's not going to happen.
Right. And the thing is, I think McAvoy, given proper direction, could have been a great Professor X.
Right.
And there's nothing against him personally as an actor because I actually think he's quite good. And I think I'm definitely on record as saying Michael Fassbender is a great actor. Fuck you, Brad. But he was given shitty direction in those movies. And those movies weren't very good. So I think he would be a great Magneto in this universe. However, but all that being said, I don't think that's what's happening either. I think what they're doing is I think he is playing Professor X. But I think it's a cameo. And I think it's a cameo in Doctor Strange 2 because I think they're going to be multiverse hopping. They're going to be multiverse hopping. And I think they're going to give him a moment of being like, go into this multiverse is like, hi, I'm Charles Xavier. And like, oh shit. and then just bounce. I think that is how they will establish, like, that's just a part of the multiverse.
Right.
Giving those that sort of credibility to those movies while keeping them at bay. We don't need to have your shitty version of Iceman and your shitty version of Stories and your shitty Dark Phoenix. But in a way, it all still kind of exists for us, right? And that's kind of a fan service thing, right? Where without it being like the last Star Wars movie that we had, where it was just constantly like all this fan service. But just in that moment, you might, and he might meet with Ian McKellen too. Just in that moment, to have the two of those guys there and be like, "Holy shit, it's them!" And then like that's it. I think that would be a fun moment. I think it would be a totally fun moment.
I'm being real basic right now because I started looking up like bald Marvel characters. Just kind of speculating shit. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many other options. No. Only other one I saw was Vulture, but that's already taken because Keaton. Yeah. I don't know what he could possibly be working on. And
I think it's just a cameo.
It's a tribute to it. It may not even be a cameo. Maybe an actual character, but it may not be a quote unquote major character that we're familiar with. It may just be some side character that's involved in whatever's going on in the story. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
he's gonna play Kingpin.
Fuck you, Logan. Like he's super old. Like I just don't see him coming back. I mean, the fact that he came back as Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek is amazing.
Right?
Like he is up there in age, and he was just on The View, and they're bringing Whoopi back for the second season of Picard, which is kind of cool. I think that's kind of dope. He asked her like personally, and she got like super excited. So I thought that was kind of neat. So I think it's just a cameo. I would like to think it's that. I think if you're going to do the X-Men in the MCU, which are obviously going to do, just make a clean break. Just make a clean break.
Right.
New people playing it. I'd like to see them maybe pick an out of the box person for Professor X. Somebody people aren't thinking about. I like Ray Fiennes. I think Ray Fiennes would be a really good Professor
X. I can roll with that. I just want to see what the fuck they're going to do with it. That's all.
So this is not on the docket, but it kind of fits right into this. So it's rumored, take heaps of salt and put onto this topic. It is rumored now that America Chavez will possibly show up in Doctor Strange 2 as well. America Chavez would be the first Latin female character, which is great. She's a fucking badass. She just likes to punch people a lot. But she also has the ability to basically kick holes into the multiverse and just travel inside the multiverse. Because she was sort of born outside of it, so to speak. So there's a possibility they use the multiverse as a way to bring her in, right? But there is a way for them to bring in her. There's rumor that Speed and Wiccan will be there. And those are Vision and Wanda's kids. Wiccan basically has the same kind of powers, similar powers as his mom, and then Speed has like Quicksilver's powers, basically. But the speculation, which I think is a pretty good one, is that they're kind of doing a sort of a House of M story, where instead of her saying no more mutants at the end, she wishes for more mutants, and that's how the mutants get brought into the universe, which is a clever way to do it.
Interesting. I don't know though.
Well, Kevin Feige is saying now that she is the most powerful character in the MCU.
Who, America?
No, Wanda is.
Wanda, okay, okay.
Of the people we've seen.
Yeah, that I'm still curious to see how they're going to figure out the whole mutant thing, for the simple fact that they didn't have the rights to the word and that whole idea.
That's why they called her a miracle.
So that'd be interesting, but but the House of M was probably House of M, but the Avengers Disassembled, then House of M. That's probably two of my favorite storylines. I mean, Avengers Disassembled was like a fucking horror story.
Yeah.
Read that shit.
Yeah.
All hell was fucking breaking loose.
I like House of M. House of M is a good story because it's sort of a, I don't want to say a morality tale, but people are very conflicted. They're like, yeah, we probably should kill her. Like, and then people are like, yo, that's my friend. Like, yo, she's wild.
That shit was serious, man. It was heavy. Especially once Magneto figured out what the hell was going on. Everybody's getting woken up. It's like, yo, what the fuck you doing, my goddamn
So basically, in that story, because this isn't in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, sorry, you're correct.
Basically, Scarlet Witch starts having a mental breakdown, and so she starts just creating realities. Like, she's just like, fuck it. Like, I'm just creating these different realities and changing certain things, and it just starts happening all over the universe. And then basically all the characters get together and they're like, she gotta die. Like, they're like, yo, like Avengers are like, yo, we have to kill her. Like, we have to.
Damn.
So, yeah. So, and then it spirals.
Yeah, no, actually, dude, you should probably read that shit.
It's really good.
Avengers Disassembled and House of M,
House of M is very good. Next up, a movie I will see. I don't even know what it's about. Matt Damon, once again, working with James Mangold on a movie called The Force, which is not about Star Wars. Unfortunately, it's about police. Matt Damon will play Denny Malone in The Force, an NYPD detective who runs an elite crime-fighting squad who bends the law so often that he soon loses the line between good and evil and becomes ensnared in a corruption scandal.
Also, just like a cop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, this seems like a...
Okay.
So it's a true story? Is it a documentary? Quote, to stop the city's long simmering racial tensions. Oh, great. Are you sure you didn't want to put Mark Wahlberg in this? To stop the city's long simmering racial tensions from exploding, he must reconcile the idealistic guardian he still views himself to be with the corrupt cop he's become. Okay. All right. I'm cool with that. Look, James Mangold, is James Mangold writing it? Because if James Mangold is writing and directing it, we finna get an Oscar nomination for this shit. Yo, when he's doing both, he fucking nails it almost every time.
Mangold. That's Logan and Wolverine.
Logan, yeah, he did Logan and Wolverine. He did not write the Wolverine.
Yeah, because that third act was like shit.
Yeah. That's why it didn't work. Yeah. And then when given his own ability, he was like, let me show you what to do. He did 3:10 to Yuma.
Okay. I love that. I didn't know it was him though.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
a good ass movie, dude. Like, it's a really good movie. Yeah, he's quite talented. And he did Walk the Line, I believe.
Oh, with Joaquin.
Yeah, I believe so. Which he also wrote and directed.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix was fucking great in that movie. It was ridiculous. Next up, Captain Marvel sequel in the works with WandaVision writer.
Man Rage.
Yeah, I actually
the agenda.
I literally got into an argument with a moron on Slash Film. He was just
what was the argument?
He was like, I can't believe anybody thinks this character's popular. I was like, yo, it made $1 billion.
Right, it made
what the fuck $1 billion.
Yeah. He was like, it was just propped up because of Endgame, and I was like, all the movies. I mean, but all the movies are propped up because of Endgame. It's an ongoing story. Everybody wants to see what's gonna happen. They watch all the movies. I was like, why are you so mad, dude? Like,
I don't get it.
Why are you so mad that this movie was successful?
Yeah, I was like, so angry.
I was like, yo, this article is about the second movie. Like, what the fuck you mad about the first movie? It's already out.
Yeah, it came out. It did gangbusters. Look, I'm not a fan of the first movie, but I don't give a fuck. Of course, it's gonna have a sequel.
They made $1 billion.
Yo.
Yeah.
Just be realistic.
Tired all this forced diversity.
It wasn't just spring up.
Yeah, let it happen naturally.
How does that work? How does that work for the last 100 years?
just springs up from the ground like fucking trees. What are you talking about?
Forced diversity.
Keep watching the movies long enough. A woman to pop up, person of color.
I just when you said that one time, like that, you articulated that perfectly. Like, how else would it happen? Like, someone has to forcibly do this thing.
Right.
Forced diversity. Yeah, it's one of the all-time dumbest statements of all time. Why don't they just make it happen? Like, like when I die, like right after that, you can do it, right? So I don't have
what the fuck is forced diversity?
What is it? It's an oxymoron like shit.
Forced diversity. Just allow white people to be in everything until there's no more white people, and then
what the fuck you want?
All these other niggas do whatever. All these people of color just start popping up.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Just have Wanda just say more black people, and they'll all just spring up in movies.
Forced diversity is like induced labor.
You're gonna have this kid. Just yell at them.
The other phrase I can't stand is "get woke, go broke."
Has it happened yet?
Yeah.
That shit is...
Has it happened yet?
Yeah. They get woke and make more money. What are you talking about?
I think if you keep saying it, eventually, like in 2052, like see,
this only made $300 million.
They broke.
Like they're like, what's that movie? The latest Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Oh, they got woke. They went broke. Like,
how'd they go broke?
No.
Like, yo.
I mean, how'd they go woke? What happened?
But like, yo.
It was women. Like, it was a women lead.
But it's the Terminator
franchise. It's the first fucking movie.
Yo, it's the Terminator franchise.
Y'all fucking idiots, man.
Predominantly women.
Good God.
Is what they're saying. Like, no, Sarah Connor's been in the first. She's been in it
The whole time.
The whole time. Well, she wasn't in the other.
She was in the good ones.
Yeah.
And look, did you see the third one?
I didn't see Dark Fate.
It's not bad. I know the critics didn't like it. I actually enjoyed it. I actually did.
I've heard like mixed reviews.
It is the best since Terminator 2 by far.
That's what I've heard.
I mean, that's
by far.
a lot.
I know.
Because 3 and what the fuck was the last
Salvation.
one? Salvation. I saw Salvation.
I like Salvation.
No. Salvation isn't the last one. Genesis is the last
Genesis.
one.
I saw Salvation in the theater. That was McGee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Salvation though.
Yeah. Do you?
It wasn't hard.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I like what it was trying to do as far as moving the story forward. Like, all right, this is the apocalypse. Boom, it's jumping off.
But it didn't jump off.
Yeah.
Like,
They went to
first
the
thing was
facility
like
where
Sam
all the...
Worthington in it.
You know,
Like,
they were bound and determined to make him the next hot shit. Like,
yeah,
James Cameron
they
really
tried.
Yeah, James Cameron really
And then you get
hitched the start of that.
Is he in
didn't give away
the
the-
new one?
yeah.
He is in Fern Gully 3.
Yep.
and then you give away the fucking twist in the damn trailer. Like,
Yeah, that was the huge
what
mistake.
you doing?
Yeah, he was like, "You're a robot." He was like, "No, I'm not." He was like, "No, but really, you are." Like, there's your robot chest. He's like, "Oh fuck, I didn't realize."
Yeah, Terminator 3. I like
That
the
was one
premise.
with,
I like how
Christina
it
Loken,
ended.
right?
They didn't do it
Yeah.
right.
The female Terminator.
Yeah, I like that. I like the premise of like the Terminator was like, you know what?
Terminatrix.
I think the premise of Skynet was like, all right, you know what? We fucking up with the John Connor thing. This ain't working out. But
Let's kill his friends.
there was some generals that helped build this fucking resistance. So I get that part.
Yeah, that made sense.
But execution was fucked up. But I did like the ending where it's like, no, you weren't supposed to escape Judgment Day. You had to survive the shit. This is going to happen one way or another.
Yeah, can I
avoiding
Can I spoil this new one? What the big changeover is? If you really don't, I mean, the movie's been out, guys. Like, relax.
It's only been out for like 3 months.
Okay,
I'm taking my time.
this is all right. Then I won't spoil it for you.
All right, go ahead, spoil. I don't give a fuck.
All right, so if you're listening, just fast forward ahead 2 minutes, okay? In this one, the Mackenzie Davis, who's the white woman with the short hair,
Yeah.
right? Like she's not a Terminator,
Right.
She's human, but she's been enhanced because she got really fucking hurt in the war, right? Which they show that scene of like these adaptive Terminators in the future. Yo, they're fucking terrifying. Like they're super terrifying. But she gets fucked up trying to protect this sort of general. She gets sent back in time to protect this young girl. And that young girl grows up to be that general.
Right.
But the how they play it isn't as straightforward as that. Like she grows up to be that general, but she met her before she got enhanced. Like right after Judgment Day, and it was like the world was shit or whatever.
Right.
She was getting attacked, and like she was like this. Mackenzie Davis was like this scared person, and she was being attacked. And this woman who ends up eventually being a general, her and her crew fucking save her. And like she's young, but like a total badass, and like inspires her to join the resistance and everything. And then later on, she protects her and gets really hurt. Then gets enhanced, goes back to protect her,
Right.
like in the future. But it was actually a cool reveal. But Mackenzie Davis's character as this enhanced human was one of the better innovative ways to do the story that they've done. And then Gabriel Luna's Terminator was awesome because he could separate the liquid metal, could separate from the exoskeleton. That was cool because he could be in two places at once.
Okay.
But he had like vulnerabilities when he was separated. That, you know, when he was together, he was way more dangerous. But even apart, I mean, a T-800 is still fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that just like I didn't see it that first week, and next thing I know, it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm like, all right, fuck, I see it when I see it. Shit.
Yeah, but it was.
But okay.
I thought it was a fun time. It's a fun time. Yeah. So look, we haven't seen WandaVision, obviously, so we don't know what the quality of it is. But I have to imagine they are putting a lot of work into WandaVision. That this writer is pretty good. Her name is Megan McDonald, excuse me. And she was originally like an editor for the show, but she was like doing so well that they brought her up. So WandaVision will be her first credit, and then she's going to be working on Captain Marvel too.
Nice.
Which is fine because I think Captain Marvel needs some much better writing. If they're moving forward, because they need to get out of the same sort of bland story that they've been telling.
Right.
The origin stories are always boring.
But yeah, I said, and she's past the origin part. We've seen her in Endgame, so now you can start pushing the character and her story forward. You had to kind of just
Exactly.
be doing the setup. So yeah,
Right. Look, I know people love him, but I felt that way about Doctor Strange. Like, Doctor Strange is just Iron Man with magic, and I thought that first movie was like, it was fine.
actually, I love the fucking first one just for the visual. The visuals alone,
yeah,
like, yo,
the
wow.
visuals were great, like second to none. But I'm saying, as the story, the story wasn't that amazing, but it just worked. Especially the visuals and the sort of fight sequences and stuff were fun. But I look forward to. I mean, look at what they're doing in the second movie, like the multiverse and everything else. Like they're like, it's all established. He was an Endgame. You got to see his powers for the most part. Now we're gonna go 8,000 miles.
She had one of the best entrances in that whole goddamn movie.
In
Captain
Endgame?
Marvel, yeah.
Oh, Captain Marvel. Yes, in Endgame.
Shooting that shit like, yo, what the fuck?
It's just like, boom.
Like something just came to the atmosphere. Like,
and it was a perfect amount. She only needed to be there. I like, yo, you can't come into the whole shit in the last 10 minutes and be like, yo, I'm a major character. Like, that's kind of unfair to everyone else who's been fighting and scrapping to be established for fucking 18 years.
Like they focus their fire on her alone, and like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Even though I don't really like that character, I just don't.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling that, like I tweeted out today, you're gonna watch that character develop much like Cap. Like,
I really hope they win me over in the next one, because I'm still, even after an Endgame, I'm still like.
Well, she didn't have much talking.
Yeah, I mean, but
there's no character development. I just look. You got to give her a character that she can, like, not just punch, because it's just two superpowered beings punching each other. Like, she needs more than that. Like, somebody like, personally. Like, I would do maybe Moonstone, who has like similar mimicking. She can kind of sort of mimic her powers, but Moonstone is a little bit more complex of a character, right? Yeah. But I also think in her third movie, I think fuck it, Rogue should be the villain. That's how you establish Rogue, because that's how Rogue gets her powers. Yep. Or at least Rogue is a part of some shit she's got to deal with. She gets her powers drained or whatever. Maybe she's got to use more of her like military intellect and stuff like that while she's kind of down until she gets her fucking powers back, like her full power back. But then that establishes Rogue, and then you can you could just like push Rogue off and then be like, "We'll see you later,"
right?
Like, and we'll deal with you later, and then she can join the X-Men, and then that'll be that connection. Like, there she is. That's why she has the power she has. All right. No question of the week this week. I forgot to wear my shirt. It's upstairs.
Oh, that's our shirts. I'm like, giving us some shit.
No, I need $40 from you anyway. For the stickers. Yeah.
Worse than one of my freaks.
Thank you. So make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/merch. You can buy t-shirts there. Or all sorts of things with this little logo here with the smirking hero. You can get t-shirts and laptop covers and stickers and magnets and all sorts of other stuff, coffee mugs and things like that. So make sure you get those. We get a little bit of proceeds from that, so it really helps out the show. That directly helps us. So make sure you do that. Also, make sure you sign up for premium content. It's almost February, so a new No Time to Bleed should be coming soon. Once we get into that month. Next week, Airing of Grievances will be back, because Micah will have finished moving. And then, of course, brand new episodes every week of Look Forward are out there. If you're a free listener, you only get the first hour. But if you're a premium listener, you get the entire show. So make sure you check out all of that. And in 2020, we will be bringing back new episodes of We Watch Trash. So we do. Micah, Terrence, and I have decided privately, and so we'll let you guys know, we are making a change to the format of that show, which is, it is us watching in real time. We'll play the audio so you can like follow along or whatever, like riff tracks or something. But the new added bonus to that show is we will cycle who chooses the movie, but they aren't going to tell the other two people until we sit down what that movie is.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So,
I can't wait.
So, you know what? It's your go next. You get to choose the movie.
Okay.
God damn it.
All right.
So,
I got some thinking to do.
No Tyler Perry movies,
I got a
please.
couple.
It should be movies. It should be in the movies of like action or like adventure movies, that sort of genre, right? Like movies that like people who listen to the show would be interested in. And no fucking crazy Nollywood movie.
No, I don't even think I can get to that bullshit.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do Rihanna and Beyonce,
right? Like, fucking get out of here.
Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, which ones? Neither. All right, so are they gonna show up? No.
Like, this casting is terrible. It's awful.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's
How
jump.
could you do that to me, girl?
That acting is something else. All right, so let's jump into What the Fuck, brought to you by JTD. Deacon, take it away.
All right. A single woman creates a light bulb device that turns on whenever someone breaks up on social media. Are we still like hide? Damn. Wait, are we still hiding location?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
This is America. This sounds fucking dumb as shit.
What was the title again?
Single woman creates a light bulb that turns on whenever someone breaks up on social media. All right, here we go. All right, so,
What?
all right.
Yeah. What
All
the
right.
fuck? Exactly right.
All right, so YouTuber Marina managed to put a smile on the faces of single people this holiday season with a smart light bulb that lights up whenever couples break up on social media. As a single person, there is nothing worse than watching happy couples doing couple things during the winter holidays, like doing holiday shopping together, walking through the street, blah, blah, whatever, and posting photos of themselves. Luckily, a young woman inventor has come up with a way of making other single people feel better about their situation with the help of a simple yet ingenious device, a smart light bulb that lights up whenever someone breaks up on social media. Let's see.
This is really stupid.
Why you figure
You
out?
gotta be a petty ass bitch. Do some shit like that,
Yeah.
yo, like for real.
Okay,
Are
so
you
wait.
serious?
While you guys try to figure out where's from, let me keep going. Let me read a little bit until I get to the part about how this thing even fucking works. But go ahead, start guessing.
Florida. This is all Florida's fault. Yo, what kind of person does that?
England.
Oh,
All right, where is it?
Japan.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, everybody's in Japan is single.
Obviously, they ain't fucking.
Like-
Or was that China?
That's Japan. They ain't fucking.
No,
Okay.
they ain't fucking in Japan. They never
They
do.
do everything but fucking Japan.
Oh boy.
Eh. Sorry.
So
I could not help that.
So, Marina Fujiwara, her breakup light bulb is connected to the internet through a bridge, and is set up to turn on whenever breakup status is posted on Twitter. An app allows Fujiwara to control the brightness and the color of the light. Jesus Christ!
Yo, you're a loser. Yo, you're a loser. You're a giant loser. Wow.
What? Like, first of all, so it's got to be people that you're friends with.
Clearly,
Like, you petty as shit.
Yo, Brenda, I came off for you. I'm really upset about it.
So
Like,
the light pops up, and then what?
she laughs.
It's like, and then she just crying into her fucking diary again.
admittedly,
You would do this.
no,
Yes, you would.
No,
petty
I
asshole.
wouldn't do it. First off, hold on a second. Let me get myself together.
I hate you.
First off, no, but I see where you may be coming from. I do have my fair share of laughs at times with those people that I do follow on Facebook or IG that have like what I call the habitual relationships,
Okay.
where they'll meet somebody and like that 6 months, 4 months. Oh, it's all about boom, boom. It's me. We rocking. I'm rolling. It's my partner in crime. We're best friends. And then like that fucking 7th, 8th month, hate that shit's over. And 2 months later, got somebody and you like, yo, what? No, will you slow the fuck down?
Yeah, I find that really weird.
Yeah, it's a couple people like that on especially on my Facebook. Like, yo, every 3 or 4 months they in a brand new fucking relationship.
Yeah.
It flames up quick, burns out fast, and it's on the next one. Like, yo,
Yeah, I don't work that fast. Not
yeah.
relationships.
I
like
thought the
that.
last dude was your soulmate.
Yeah. That was
What?
just told me. Mind your business.
Happened. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, mind your
Man,
business.
say I'm taking pleasure, man. But I'm like, yo, just take your goddamn time. Slow down, shit.
I'm not saying I'm taking pleasure, but this is hilarious.
It's like,
And I need a beacon to let me know.
Yeah, I don't need a light. I don't need a light to get notifications. I'm good on
It's
that.
like my soul's a fickle beast. It's like, I don't know. They were. Yeah, I don't. That's petty.
Yeah, that's
Like, you
very,
got a little too much goddamn time on your hands.
She said it's not commercially available, but if other people's breakups make you feel better about your own single status,
Yo,
you can,
that's
you
so
can, you can set up your
insane,
own light bulb very easily. So you can actually do this yourself.
She's got how-to instructions on like YouTube or something.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
it's
petty.
like it's a link right under it.
Yeah, that's petty as shit. Like
Wow,
it
that
really
damn
is.
Sure is.
You know what? I respect
They
it.
said the setup is completed by simply connecting a Wi-Fi router at home with a LAN cable. That's
Wow.
fuck.
Amazing.
Yeah,
All
that's too much. Anyway,
All right, Terrence, you're up.
This nigga gets on my motherfucking nerves. Yeah.
I know what this is about.
The man's penis started rotting
I was like, it's either eyes or goddamn
after
like
getting
genitals.
bitten during sex.
Woo!
Why
I
though?
feel like I read
That's a
this
hard
already.
bite, yo.
A harrowing medical case reported by doctors this month should remind everyone to keep their teeth away from each other's genitals. It details how an accidental love bite during sex left a man's penis on the verge of rotting away, though thankfully doctors intervened in time to save it. The 43-year-old man visited the emergency room with a painful wound festering. See, that word festering penis is fucking disgusting. Man.
Those are two words that should be very far away from
Yeah,
each
you
other.
need to keep them shits in different boxes, my nigga. Like, come on.
As far as maybe teeth from a penis, I would argue.
No teeth.
teeth.
No teeth.
You don't want to like a little love bite.
not on my dick.
Nah. That's not a good feeling. I've had some past experiences with ladies that weren't too good at that.
Gifted.
Yo, the teeth, yo, like, oh, yo, I'm about to bust you in your forehead. Yo, what are you doing? And like you sitting there, like you hoping it's gonna get better. Like you hoping it's gonna get better, so you don't want to stop. You think, no, this ain't no good. All right.
No. Look, I was close. I gotta just. I'm done.
It just needed a break.
Yeah. It was too intense.
I'm gonna chew on you shit like a fucking puppy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. His significant other had mistakenly bit it while having sex 5 days earlier.
How?
And by the time he sought care, the 3-centimeter wound had... Whoa.
When he sought care, get up. I'm going to the hospital.
Yeah,
right
that's
then.
wild.
No, I'm
It
not
turned
waiting.
pitch black, a sign the infection...
Pitch black.
A sign the infected tissue surrounding it had become necrotic and died off. The report was published last week in the Visual Journal of Emergency Medicine.
This is Britain.
As you might expect from the journal's name, there's a very not safe for work picture of the wound in question, including in the report. Click that link if you dare.
Nope.
I do not dare.
All right, I'm going in. Where is it?
All things considered, though, the situation could have been way worse. The man didn't have any signs of systemic infection, such as fever and other words. The infection was limited to his dick. But given the risk of a life-threatening flesh-eating gangrene on his penis, doctors quickly hospitalized the man and gave him intravenous antibiotics.
It was link.
Fuck it.
No, yo.
There's
no.
a link here.
No.
No, I don't know if there's a link, but I don't care.
So,
I don't know where the fuck. I don't know where it took place.
No.
Oh, it doesn't say?
I'm trying to find it.
No.
The court also making even on. I don't know. There's no actual location. The nigga just almost got a dick bitten off. And
I
died.
don't think so. Mm-mm.
The report also makes a point to caution doctors against treating these cases lightly, laying out 2 other hypothetical scenarios where the correct medical decision is to start the patient on antibiotics, even if the wound seems to be minor. That's because our mouths are filled to the brim with bacteria that might be harmless where they normally live, but could quickly turn dangerous if they get into the body elsewhere via an open wound.
Oh my God. No fucking thing.
Even assuming human bite wounds are
Stop
at risk
biting
for developing
penises,
significant
yo, come
infections,
on.
the report notes.
So obviously he was into that shit. It just got out of hand.
Nah, yo.
Because if you get to the point where you're getting bit that bad, she was already nibbling on your shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, don't bite.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
No, I don't. Me no want.
Yeah, girl, put the molars on it.
Let the molars out. You asshole. Jesus Christ. All right, here's my...
somebody... I'm sorry, somebody in the comments, but... Head injuries are the worst.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty good. Oh my God, that's horrible. That's a horrible thing to happen to you.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. That's terrible.
Nah, you asked for that.
Did the feeling come out?
All right,
Girl.
this is repulsive. Gross moment. Woman uses her bare fucking feet, is what the title should be, to scroll through a film menu on a plane.
Wait,
Yo, they should have taken her fucking foot and cut it off. Right.
Wait. She did what? She did what the fuck?
Like a touch screen.
Right.
She just put her foot up on it and was like
the back of
scrolling.
the.
Yeah, she was on the one that doesn't it's just a wall, like it doesn't have a seat in front, and so her screen is on a wall, so she just used her dirty ass feet and just used that to swipe. She's looking over the MCU movies. If you look, she passed over Thor Ragnarok, and I think that's Spider-Man to go to Iron Man.
The fuck?
Nah, yo, I would. You are a nasty, trifling ass person.
Why are you even that lazy that you got?
You're right there. Use your arms.
Yeah, why would you even think to like, yo?
Yeah, you ape. What's wrong with you, yo? Ew.
Yeah, I got issues with feet any goddamn way.
I do.
Yeah.
Nah, if I saw that, I'd be like, yo. I would ask him to take the plane down. No, like Homelander, I would have just been like, come on, Maeve, let's go.
Laser that bitch.
Like, we're done here. Like, what do you want me to do? The plane's gonna go ass over tits. Like, I gotta go. Like, no, it's not worth it. That's, ugh. Yeah, no. I'd have flipped out. If I sat next to her and she did, I'd have flipped out. Yo, Becky, what the shit is your problem? Yo, use your hands, you dirty bitch. Ew, yo. Fuck. Yeah, that's some grimy shit, yo. It's grimy, yo. Ugh.
Steward, the flight attendant come by.
India.
Can I help you with anything? No, I got it.
Yeah. Yo, these are the same people that hang their feet out the window when you're driving.
Yeah, please don't
It
put your
feels good.
feet
No, don't do that.
on anything in my car.
No,
besides
not
the
ever.
Fucking floor.
Yeah.
Feet, no.
Yo,
Like, I don't have a problem with feet. Just don't do that. Don't put your feet anywhere aside from the floor in my car.
No, I got issues with feet.
people putting their feet on the dash, people putting their feet out the window. One, are you trying to lose your legs? Are you trying to lose your legs if you get into a car accident? You can't move your feet in fast enough. They're just going to knock your legs off, just like that movie. Was it Death Proof?
Oh, yeah.
And he hit the car and the leg just came right off. And where were her feet? Hanging out the window. She thought it was cute.
Do you fuck with feet sexually?
I don't want to touch your feet unsexually.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
No, look, I'm not a... look, I don't have a problem
All right,
with feet,
freaky
but
deaky.
like, don't...
Can we not have this conversation?
I hate feet. No, keep them bitches. Matter of fact, put your socks on.
No, put your shoes on.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
Don't put them near my face.
I don't have a problem with that.
What, heels?
Yeah,
I don't like heels.
Yeah,
We've already been to that
Yeah.
conversation.
you're
I'm not a heels person. Like, they don't do anything for me.
they do something for me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's because they're covered, and that's fine. That's fine. But no, I don't like feet, man. And don't use your feet instead of your hands. You're not an ape. If they came back and said this woman didn't have arms, then I would allow it. But I'd still be pissed that they set her in a seat that she didn't ask the person next to her, like, look, I don't have arms. Can you help me? Because I don't want to use my dirty ass feet. And they'd be like, I get it. I get it.
Maybe she put some hand sanitizer on first.
No, yo. It's not for feet. It's not called feet sanitizer. He'll knock it off. And what's she gonna do? She gonna put it on her feet, rub her feet together? There's just two dirty bricks just rubbing together. No, I mean, I don't find this acceptable. I don't.
As I'm sitting here practicing, like, yeah, that could work.
That could work. No, it does not work. I don't care for this story at all. And JTD knew I didn't care for the story, and he sent it anyway. You
So
son of a
where did
bitch.
it take place?
I don't know.
Was it
Hell.
Did we get
Hell. Place in hell.
Does it say where it take place at?
Yeah, I think
All
it
right,
did.
let me guess. What you going with?
I said India.
India. All right, I'm gonna go with Britain.
It's probably China.
I
Or they
want
may have been flying to India or from India. I don't know.
I thought it said. Oh no. She's white. I can see her white foot. No, it does not say. It's on a Delta flight, so I guess is Delta only U.S.?
I don't know.
I feel like Delta's only the U.S., so let's just go with America. Ugh, dirty bitch. You a grimy, trifling ass person. You know? Knock it off. Just use your hands, you fucking ape. Trailers this week. Spencer Confidential. This is the Spencer for Hire remake. Starring Mark Wahlberg and Post Malone. And then Winston Duke is also in it as Hawk, who was originally played by Avery Brooks. If you knew that,
Spencer.
yeah,
He's always cool as shit, man.
yeah, he was cool as shit. That show only got one season. I didn't realize. It's fucked up. What do you guys think of this? This feels like a solid movie I'd watch on stream.
It looks interesting.
I'm not paying to
I was
see
about to say it
this.
doesn't look like anything I'd go to the movie theater to watch.
I mean,
At all.
I know Spencer for Hire has some comedy beats on the show. This one seems to be leaning more into the comedic elements, but it's something to watch. Yeah.
Oh, this is a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's perfect then.
Yep.
That's exactly where it should be. Yeah. No. Because I 100% I will sit and watch this streaming. I will not go to a theater to see this. So this is perfect. I don't know why they're attacking him with a machete in a store, but that seems really extreme.
I want to know why did he even rob? I thought, would he try to even rob the store?
I don't know what they were trying to do.
Yeah, that's a little bit much. It's a cool story.
Yeah, nobody's robbing a store with a machete. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Let's just get a Glock. So, all right, that's fine. Yeah, it feels like it should be on Netflix. Now, it is directed by a man who some would say is not a great director.
He's an auteur.
Some would call him the white Tyler Perry. That is Peter Berg. But I would argue Peter Berg is a better director, but not much better. Does Peter Berg get you more excited or less excited to see this, Terrence?
That nigga did Battleship.
So that's a more then. Is that a vote for more?
Sure.
Yeah. Bokeem Woodbine got me in.
If they ever do a movie in my life, that's who I want playing me.
The angriest black man in America.
Goddamn right. He understands me. I feel like there'll be a scene in that movie of him reading the story about the foot thing, and he'll just be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? I'll be like, see, he gets me. What would you say, Bokeem? That's what I would say. Yeah. I need a man called Hawk, or a man named Hawk, spinoff with Winston Duke. That will make the Spencer Confidential universe work for me. So that's fine.
He got to be a badass, though. He looks a little kind of goofy in this one.
Yeah. I feel like they're going to have to, make him cooler. Now, when does this come out? March 6th. Perfect. Yeah. I'm not going to see it right away. All right. So there you go. Any other things to say before we get out of here?
No.
I can't think of no random ignorant shit to say.
I think you've been randomly ignorant all on your own.
What you mean?
Nothing. Put the molars on him. That'll be the title for this episode.
Girl.
All right, guys.
That's some canines.
Gross. God damn it. All right, guys. We will see you next week.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Bye.
You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.